What's going on, guys? Welcome in to Rover Sports. It's good to be doing a little live broadcast again. Today, Colin Morikawa, the champion at at Harding Park, PGA Championship. I really enjoyed watching it today. I'm a big golf fan. I love playing the game of golf myself, and try to do it as often as I can. And Morikawa today just had stones, and he broke away from the field when he needed to late today in this game, and it was incredibly just special stuff. Dustin Johnson didn't do anything today. He's just a power player. He at times can be talented, but he can't really putt. So Morikawa just has ice. He's mentally better. That chip in, the putt. He's steady when he needs to be, and he seizes the moment almost better than anybody. What is going on, G-Men 409? How are you, man? It's great to do a live stream with the people of Rover Sports. I do love that everybody is still watching the content. That fantasy league last year, I'm really glad. I think you were in it last year. Unfortunately, like, it was just kind of a mess the way I set it up. So I don't think I'm built to be a commissioner of fantasy football. That's for sure. But yeah, college football kind of on the brink as well. Um, we got college football and Trevor Lawrence, coming out making some strong statements. Because if you don't play college football, it's not like these kids who do go to school are going to be immune from interacting with other people who have the virus in their classes. Because then these kids are going to go out to parties, they're going to go to class, and they're still going to have a good chance to contact the disease. Now, they're not getting paid either. There is a lot of contact. There's 22 players that play during the course of a football game. So that's going to be an interesting discussion about collegiate football and about everything there. But today, Morikawa wins the PGA Championship. You look at the NFL guys opting out, only a few guys opt out from the NFL. Who do you have that opted out? MH, thanks so much, pal. I really appreciate it. I think Trey White, opted out. Trey White of Buffalo Bills, Nate Solder. It ain't going to be a normal season. There's going to be no fans that are present. You got the NBA bubble right now, so let me see actually this Blazers-Sixers game. I actually have, I bet the Blazers, so let's hope that the Blazers can pull this one out for me. But of course, the Sixers decide to play well. Philly up 5 right now without Simmons, without Embiid. I agree, man. Brett Brown just sucks. And I agree, but dude, the Blazers got to win this game or else they're going to let Portland back into this. How about the 49ers? Yep. Excited to get the football, man. Just see what happens. It's the waiting game now. It's August. I mean, this weekend would have been the Hall of Fame game. This is a big year to play the game of football. I think the Niners, have as good a chance as anybody to win this thing. I don't know who's opting out of the 49ers or what's going on with the San Fran, but, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I really do want the game of football. I need the NFL to really just stay strong because I don't think college football is going to stay strong. And that's the real disappointing thing is I think college football is, just because these ADs and stuff, they're just not going to give the guys an opportunity to play football for college. And that means that Sunday is going to have to be really, really good. That means that NFL football and, as long as we get the NFL, we're going to be all right. That should have been a foul. Almost an and 3 by Damian Lillard. How's it going, man? RQ, what up, bro? Your Oklahoma City Thunder looking good in this bubble. OKC, kind of a sleeper team. I think, Rich, like, are you talking about college football? Are you talking about college football? Oh, I mean, for the NFL, but an NFL bubble, like you'd have to have a compound, like maybe in the middle of Nebraska or something. And I would only do it for like a month long. And then I would take like maybe a 2 week break for everybody. But like an NFL bubble, you know how many people are going to have to be there? You're going to have to buy out like an entire property. And that's why I think like even moving to Nebraska or something or in the great Midwest, that would actually be a feasible idea if the NFL wanted to bubble. But there's so many people. There's so many people out there that there's so many people that you have to account for. You have to account for all the players. You have to account for the staff. So it's not realistic that the NFL can do a bubble because you have so many training staff, so many position coaches. It's going to be ridiculous. I think Portland just got a bucket. It's a 3-point game. Yeah, I mean, I don't. The NFL is not going to do a bubble. There's no way. I don't think it's possible, unfortunately. Maybe you bubble like the teams in the NFC East and have them play each other. Do it by bus ride. In the MLB has actually been all right. Only a couple of teams have decided to, but the NFL is not doing a bubble, I don't think. But the MLB had a couple of teams that really like got this virus, and then they got over it pretty damn quickly. The NFL. Yeah, I agree, Rich. I agree. I agree with not panicking. I would even consider moving the season up because then you get more flexibility. I mean, what are you waiting for September for? You have the knowledge already. I don't know if the situation's going to get better. I'm very anxious. You have to start playing these games to find out. Like for the colleges that are just canceling the season, why don't you just see what it's like? Because you don't know what it's like. And that's why an argument for spring college football is one of the dumbest arguments as well, because you don't know what the spring's going to be like. You don't know if a vaccine is guaranteed. Yeah, they got rid of preseason, but the NFL is still going to kick off in September. They're not really. It's the same as baseball, though. They're still going to be flying. They're still going to be flying out. They're still going to be flying out to different cities and stuff, and staying in hotels. And I mean, just like baseball, they're going to be doing it. I mean, how could you secure bubbles when every team is flying out to do something? So today you have Morikawa win, college football on the brink of canceling. MH is in the house. Thank you so much, MH. And yeah, I just hope we can get back to football. I want to congratulate Colin Morikawa on an amazing victory today. You had Dustin, you had a lot of guys. Scotty Scheffler, Embiid is now injured. So I'll talk about the NBA a little bit here too. But for golf today, it was great to see Morikawa kind of win. Nice, an American player, young, and DeChambeau had a bigger night game. Brooks Koepka talked all that smoke. He didn't back it up at all one bit. Dustin was just flat. Dustin's not elite. He's not like an elite he probably is a Hall of Famer, but he's not somebody you're scared about. He's not upper echelon Mount Rushmore type talent. And Morikawa has that ability. I have looked at the NBA draft prospects. For the Warriors, I like LaMelo. I think LaMelo or LiAngelo. No, it's LaMelo. He's the best player in this upcoming draft. Jalen Green out of Arizona is a really good shooter. Nico Mannion is overrated. Nico Mannion is not going to be that good of an NBA player. Who else? Oh, Denny. Yes, Denny from Israel to the Knicks would be fire. Fire. Now that would be really, really exciting. The Knicks got to draft somebody with high upside, and Denny is that guy. I'm even concerned about the kid James Wiseman out of Memphis. He might be like a Marvin Bagley type of player. Anthony Edwards also good. That's a good block there by Nurkic. But if the Sixers lose Embiid, then the season season's probably definitely over. But then Brett Brown, ironically, Brett Brown also for the Sixers stays if Embiid gets injured, because then Brett Brown can make a case, that as Jay Richards hits a three, and Portland's going to lose this game to Philly. I mean, without Embiid, without all these guys. I mean, how sad is that? You got to hit one. Come on, hit one. There we go. Rooting for Portland here. Got to get this cover. Melo at a three. Portland now down 3 to the Sixers. But guys, it was fun. I'm going to bounce out of here. Wanted to talk, though. Good question. If I keep getting questions, I'll stay. My expectations for Jones, Jay, I appreciate the question. I'm expecting Jones this year, maybe 16 touchdown passes to maybe 12 interceptions. He'll throw this year for about 3,300 yards this year. So pretty close to the bottom of the league, probably like 24 for 23rd in throwing the ball. But can Daniel Jones at the end of the game, can he put the Giants in position to win? Can he keep it close, kind of like he did last year, have some clutch throws? Jones isn't a fantasy football guy. He's not a stats guy. What Jones is Jones is going to hang in there. He's going to extend plays. He's going to make big plays. Daniel Jones is a winning quarterback. He's not necessarily a really amazing talent. He's not like Kyler Murray and Drew Lock in that sense. He's not going to carry you. He's a complimentary quarterback. At best, Daniel Jones will be Jimmy Garoppolo in this NFL. He'll always be like top 15, top 12. But you can win Super Bowls with a good defense around Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has that clutch gene. He has that leader. He's a competitor. He has the right mindset. Unlike Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones between the ears has the mindset. And for Joe Judge doesn't want a fancy quarterback. Joe Judge doesn't even want like a Lamar or Mahomes. He wants, as a Tobias Drives. Dak Prescott, I can see him being comparable to Dak on Dak's level. That Jones' ceiling is Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz will always be more talented. He's a bigger quarterback. He throws the ball further. Carson Wentz. But Carson Wentz mentally is a little confused because of Nick Foles winning the championship. Some teammates don't really like Carson Wentz. So winning-wise, Daniel Jones might be able to win more than Carson Wentz, but he's not. He'll never be more talented, I don't think, than Carson. Yes. McCollum gets 2. But I think Carson's a big-time talent. The guy's personality is like, is he fake? Is he a good leader? All that stuff, But, Al Horford to Jay Rich. Misses it. Rebound by Phoenix. Or by the Blazers. They can't call a foul in freaking Portland. That's ridiculous. But yeah, Danny Dimes, man, it's going to be exciting. Joe Judge is just fantastic. I think the New York Giants, they're going to go on a run. They're going to win in the next 7 years. I think the Giants win 2 Super Bowls next 7 years. 2 Super Bowls next 5. I don't think Haskins will be good at all. I think Washington's drafting another quarterback. The guy, he had trouble getting into the playbook last year. He had some off the field concerns from people around the NFL. And Dwayne Haskins is a guy, he was very arrogant kind of coming into the draft process. But Haskins is a bigger guy. He needs to really learn how to move fluidly. He does have arm strength and arm talent. It's just, can he put it together? Can he lead the team? And Dwayne Haskins needs this year to prove that he can at least have some good games in the NFL. And they don't view him very highly there. They're even, comparing him to Kyle Allen. If I had to guess, Dwayne Haskins doesn't work out. Just maybe some interceptions, poor decision-making, slow. So, GP, I really appreciate that, my man. Really appreciate it. I think absolutely. I think Jones is safer than Haskins. Why are they finding players for going to church? Is that a serious headline? Great point. He did have a bad situation, so it's hard to get a complete read. I just like Jones more throughout the process. Like Haskins was charging people $50 to attend his draft day party. Like, come on. That seems like extreme. Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard. Oh, and three. Let's go. But what was I going to say about Dwayne Haskins? First of all, Jones, I think that Haskins might not like Joe Judge. Joe Judge can kind of be kind of a prick to players. He's like old school guy. So I appreciate the comment. Danny Dimes. Joe Judge is tough. He's not for everybody. He's going to really, critique you. You got to be smart. The game plan's going to change every week. There's going to be weeks where Jones throws it 8 times. Haskins might complain about that. So it's all a system fit. Yes. Al Horford with the miss. Portland with the ball. Let's go. Let's go, Blazers. Rooting for Portland here to close this game out. Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar. 3 ball. Oh, this is fun. Feed me with more NFL questions, though. Let's keep this going. Sixers get a 2. But, yeah, I'm excited about the season. I gave my prediction a while ago. NFL has to hold strong for the first week. A lot of people, oh, what a horrible pass by Lillard. He just turned it over. Sixers running fast break. Good D by Portland, though. Good D by Portland. Jump ball. So basically, with this bubble situation, there's going to be players who test positive. The NFL is going to have to stay strong and not listen to all the media that is hoping for the season to. First of all, with this virus, the NFL this year, who's better? I think Jay-Z is better. I think Jordan Reed is fine, but he's, again, low risk. He's barely going to play. You have Jalen Hurd, and you got, of course, George Kittle. The NFL, they're going to have some hardships, during the NFL season in terms of, guys getting coronavirus. And then the NFL and Goodell's going to be under a lot of heat to cancel the season. But you're paying these guys a lot of money. And first off, everybody who doesn't want to play is not going to play. And I think that if the majority of teams can still play, let's still trek it out. Even if you don't have a Super Bowl or you don't have a playoff system, I'll take a regular season of NFL football just to get us to December. You know what I mean? I'll still take, if you have to forfeit games, you do. That's why it's hard to evaluate the NFL this year. Until a vaccine comes out and the public is completely safe from this from the virus, it's hard to judge anything this year in the NFL. But I want to have Sundays to look forward to in the fall. Imagine if there's no football, the mental health it's going to have on myself, on a lot of you guys, is going to be brutal. Because fall is football and fall is beautiful, and we need that. We need that to happen in so many ways. So, Dame Lillard 29 tonight. Jay says I evaluate the quarterback position well. Thanks. It's the quarterback position is the most fun position to analyze and study out of any position in any sport in any job. It's probably my favorite job to analyze. No doubt about it. I mean, because how can you judge a team based on what's going on now? But these young kids are good. Joe Judge said the D-line is ready to eat this year, that they look like they're ready to train. I mean, who you got on that defensive line? You got, I'll tell you, you got some horses on that D-line. Got some horses on the D-line. You got Dexter Lawrence, got Williams, Leonard Williams, Big Cat Williams, and then, you have Fackrell, Blake Martinez. It's going to be fun, I mean, to see what Sean Spence can do with, the X-Man, and the D-line's going to be the most fun group this year. I don't think they're in big trouble. I think the series will go 6 games, though. Lakers will be, because then Portland could take their soul out of the Lakers, meaning, like, if the Lakers have a grueling 7-game series with how old, like, LeBron is and the back-to-back nature of this bubble. But I'm really excited to see Dame Lillard play the Lakers. I think Portland can get at least 2 games off of the Lakers. I want the Clippers to go out of the West and win this thing. I want the Claw to win the championship. And I think that the Clippers have the best team in this thing. If I had to guess yes or no, unfortunately, I have doubts about Evan Ingram staying healthy. I love the kid, and I actually really like his game a lot. It's just a shame. It's a shame. Shame. The NBA bubble. All right, guys. It was real. It was real. Thanks for doing the stream with me. Fun talking with y'all. I'll hang out soon. Get a good guest on here. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Take care.